What is up, all? Do not accept, do not adjust, do not do anything to your television set. It is not a women's rugby game. It is Rudy G. Funk, your favorite, one and only nappy haired hoe. What is going on, guys? Yeah, we're going to announce that yes, we will do a live reaction Sunday for the Browns-Ravens game, and we will try a new beer by Masthead IPA. We'll do that, but as you can see from the headline there in the stream here, I definitely have to applaud our defense. Um, Despite losing that game, they really helped make that a very winnable game, the whole game, and I was very impressed. Despite being down the secondary, I mean the whole secondary, and John Dorsey for getting these guys with experience and stuff in to help cover and make that a really great game, despite my ramblings at the end, my fucking ramblings because I was pissed. But I really had a good time watching the game, really had a good streaming it. And yes, it is football and it is war, and we get pissed. And, I'm probably not going to be the last time I do that. But, my hat's off to the defense, and I appreciate the fact that we've got pretty good signs that we are a really good team, despite our record, our 1-2 record. Things I think we could take from that game, especially the defense. Our line's full of beasts, and our secondary is deep. Once again, thanks to John Dorsey, not just the guys. The guys go out there and do it, but I mean Dorsey, who I hear some of the criticism slipping into his lap a little bit sometimes, and it just makes me, I guess, kind of cringe a little bit. But what our defense did to the Rams the other day really impressed me, despite being, one might say, dilapidated. Now, Stumbler had talked about this, and I did remind him that we were very deep in the secondary, and we owe that to Dorsey and the boys, because it certainly does not normally bode well for anybody to not have Denzel Ward on the field. But the secondary wholly well. Mac Wilson, I mean, I know I had a bunch of videos before on these guys that we drafted and stuff, and one of my predictions is that in certain packages, these guys are going to make it into our secondary, our linebackers, and we will see them this year. I didn't think, I certainly didn't hope, that Kirksey would get hurt and we would see Mac Wilson, but it was nice to see him out there sticking with the boys and doing his job and helping us almost win that game. So first and foremost, I have to go half full with the defense, and the offense shows. We got Nick Chubb, and we got weapons. We're a very talented team, and I do not go back on my predictions just because of the adversity that we're dealing with. And just kind of one thing on the fans, the media, I guess, and the Browns. The fans aren't dealing with the adversity as much as they criticize the team for dealing with it, because it looks like they're dealing with it relatively well, despite our 1-2 or our 2-1, or I'm sorry, 1-2 record. Because the games that I watched, we could have very well been 3-0 with a little bit of help from the refs. And I don't want to get too deep into the whole ref thing, but I really saw some garbage reffing going on with the Rams game. And it wasn't just the calls against us, it was the non-calls. And if I'm seeing them, they're missing them. Hands to the face, all kinds of stuff. The Robinson false start was pretty ticky-tacky. I mean, they showed it in slow motion so that you could actually see that he actually did start before the rest of the team. But what we couldn't see is whether he started when the ball was hiked or not. So we didn't get a good angle to really see that. And in that particular instance, the defense was on the other side of the ball at the time, which should have been a neutral zone infraction. And the false start shouldn't even have counted because that end was already across the line before that even happened. So watching that game was very frustrating for me. Obviously, it pissed all of us off as Browns fans. But what really is really burning my bottom is of these two games, two of them were at home. And in my opinion, the message from the refs is we aren't going to let you do shit in your own fucking house, man. And that really burns my ass. I mean, the Jets game wasn't ref that bad. We were in New York. We won that I'm saying this. I just noticed this when they're in our house, man. They are Napoleons, man. They are sticklers, and everything they could fucking possibly call on us, they call on us. And it does let up after a little bit because it gets a little ridiculous, and they kind of have to, in my opinion. But before we start talking about play calling, before we start talking about Baker's gameplay, an almost rookie quarterback with a rookie head coach, and you call those kind of penalties a whole game, how are they supposed to get some kind of rhythm? And I don't want to just sit here and cry about the refs the whole time because you still showed a lot of great signs despite these penalties to drive it right down and score. And that is certainly on tape there of us doing that. Which still gives me a lot of promise, and I still hold my 12 and 4 numbers. I'm not going to veer from that until I'm wrong. And if anything, this is an opportunity for greatness. Let everybody think we're fucking garbage, and then go out there and show our stuff and fucking whoop some ass. And that's what I expect to do this Sunday. The Ravens aren't a bad team; they win. They find ways to win, and Lamar is having a really great year, and which is no surprise to me. If you watch the other videos that I've made, I don't want to say I was the only one besides Ravens fans, but not too many people were talking well of Lamar, and I don't really think a lot of these people watched him too much in college. In college, a lot of times he would just stand there behind the center very comfortably and throw the ball effortlessly. So I haven't necessarily seen that implemented with this offense. It's a lot more high octane and that whole thing. And he's still doing some, running right, throwing left, stuff like that, which they're all going to do, thinking they're that talented that they're going to do it. And he actually got away with it last week. Which at this point, I got to give a shout out. If you guys haven't watched QB School on YouTube, check out QB School. It's a really great channel. He wasn't a quarterback in the league for 15 years, and he breaks down a lot of cool plays for us laymen. And he's not an idiot or anything. He's a Baker Mayfield fan, but he doesn't show Baker every week. He shows all the good stuff. Not that Baker isn't good, but all the good stuff that's coming out and the quarterbacks are doing, and he breaks them down for you, shows you what the defense isn't doing right, and that whole thing. It's a really great watch. He's got a really great channel, and I think he's only got like 11,000 subscribers, which sounds like a lot, but for him and what a great channel it is, I still get Bad Dog's got probably 11,000 by now, and I'm not cutting him either. I really like watching Bad Dog, but it just shocks me. You got a quarterback out there that's actually a professional quarterback out there breaking stuff down for you, and he's got the same amount of subscribers. But it's a really great channel, and now he's sitting there with you with a mic, taking questions and stuff like that. So I really dig that channel. So if you haven't checked it out, and quarterbacks in great plays of the week and that whole thing. It's a real channel. But I need to get another beer. Excuse me. Rudy's gone. Rudy's gone. There we go. So here we go. I know I always kind of say I like the media, but I don't like the media, but it is true because we do have a lot of good media here. But what's funny to watch in a lot of these interviews is the players, such as Baker and Freddie, get annoyed with the questions that are coming at them. And one in particular that really has become bothersome to me. It wasn't at first because of these losses that we had and the play calling and that stuff. But they're really trying to get Freddie to admit that Todd Monken's calling the plays or it's all his plays that he's doing. And it kind of reminds me of remember when we were fully in Iraq and we're fighting the war and the clowns want George Bush to let them know when the fucking war's going to be over. That's a good thing to let the enemy know. Yeah, we'll be out of there by Thursday, so just, sit back, relax, and, we're going to leave fucking Thursday, And the media will not stop this pursuit. Hey, what's going on, Rudy's ponytail? There's for you there, Rudy's ponytail. Hello, buddy. So the media hasn't stopped this pursuit of what exactly we're doing on offense, and the fact that Freddie and the gang keep it so vague and don't really tell them kind of makes me happy. That why would you even? Oh yeah, Steele. I wouldn't get so down on it, buddy. And I didn't mention this before the season started, but a lot of times the Steelers start slow. It seemed like they were going to start quicker from some of the preseason stuff they did, but that often happens to the Steelers, and I'm really what is it? I can't see what it is. Is it? It looks like almost a crescent moon or something, or. I got glasses on. I still can't tell what it is. Mullins, what's up, bro, Chacho? Yeah, what is that? Can you guys see what that is? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. I see it now. I see it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I was thinking it was a moon or something. I'm thinking, what is it a moon crying or what is that? Oh, but Steele back. Obviously I liked Mason Rudolph and that kind of stuff, and I was surprised he made it in here like this. But it's just funny. I was just watching a QB school, and he had one of his plays on there, one of his favorite plays of the week. And he talks a little bit about a lot of the stuff that I liked about Mason, where he gets shit in his face and he stays calm and he executes some stuff. Now, they lost, to a Sanford shithole, but I just wouldn't. I'm never going to discount Pittsburgh. I'm just not going to, man. I can't. I'm a Browns fan. I'm just never going to do that. Mason Rudolph is a threat. The Steelers are a big threat still, just like the Ravens. I think we're going to beat the Ravens. I know nobody else does. Nobody else thought we would almost beat King. How are you, brother? Nobody else thought that we might beat the Ass Rams, and we played a winnable game. I mean, in my opinion, without the refs, that first half, it should have been, 17-3 or 21-3 or something like that, A lot of dumb calls in there. And I'm not usually huge on bitching about the refs, although I really have been this year with our expectations, um, especially that Titans game. Like, wow, geez, oh man. If you don't watch the games or you don't know the Browns, well, I don't want to say don't know the Browns, but if you don't watch them regularly, like analytically, you'd be like, well, hey, okay, the Browns, they're a new coach, they're a new team, everything's fresh. I believe that they would have 20 penalties in a game. I see shit on YouTube where they're complaining about how many more penalties they are this year. Take out the fucking Browns game. Tell me that the percentage isn't down. I don't know, King. I know I know there's Browns fans that think that. They're not on my side. They're not as upbeat by any means. I get it. I get the 1-2, but in my opinion, it could have been 3-0, a little bit differently. And I could see where this sounds vague. A lot of teams could probably say that. Well, if we had that one play, and if this would have happened, and this would have happened. I saw a lot of good stuff happen so far this year, and I do think we are actually getting better. And well, fortunately for us, I think a lot of that is going to come to fruition in this game here. But it's really cool in that. I mean, I look at this game as not necessarily a grudge match, but a revenge match from last year. I mean, that's how I look at it. Eric, how are you, brother? Last year, Lamar made us look foolish on defense. A lot of our guys that are good, we like Schobert. We think Schobert's a really good linebacker here, and I think that if you take that game out of his season last year, he probably wouldn't have as many missed tackles and be the king of missed tackles last year, So I kind of look at it not just as a division rival, but also a kind of a makeup game against the Ravens, and I think it's going to be really great. I don't, King, are you doing anything live? Or if not, or, don't hesitate to chime in, brother, because we'll be doing it. We'll be doing it live. Obviously everybody's welcome, but I know, King, you got your own channel. I wasn't sure whether you were doing anything live for it or not, but you're certainly welcome to watch the game with us. That's for sure. Oh, who is Monday? Is that Steelers? Who is that? Who are you guys playing? You guys play Monday, Eric, don't you? Oh, cool. Thanks, King. Oh, you guys play the Bengals. Well, man, you guys should win that game, man. Not that Dalton's not a decent quarterback, and that's how I would qualify him as a decent quarterback. But sometimes games go certain ways, man, and it's hard to totally predict it. But Mason should beat them fucking clowns. He should. I would think so. I wouldn't bet money on it because I don't bet anything on anything I can't control. But I don't know, man. I think you should beat them. I think the Steelers are a better team. I'm no different than it's no fundamental difference than the Browns. I think we're a better team. I think we're a better team than a lot of teams. I think our numbers haven't shown it yet. Which is another thing I wanted to talk about is, you got your Baker guys, you got your Freddie Kitchens guys, you got your Baker and Freddie Kitchens guys, which I think I'm more, in line with they're already talking about getting rid of Freddie and shit like that, which because of some of the play calling and the muddy waters, because he's not telling us what offense it is really pissing the media off. And you know how the media does; they get call-ins, and you got guys that I don't want to say dumb shit because that's every team. You know, you're going to get your call-ins that are dumb, in my opinion. But I get it in the red zone. You know, 4th and 9, or you got 4 shots at the end zone. You got Nick Chubb. It all fundamentally sounds right when you verbalize it. Because if anybody wants Nick Chubb getting the ball, it's me. He was a great pick. I love watching the dude. He's one of the best running backs in the league, in my opinion. So to stop him at 95 yards, I think it almost seems like Freddie doesn't run him because the other team knows he's on the verge of breaking 100, so they know we're going to run it or something like that. Which I'm not terribly concerned with, and it sounds a little weird and maybe juvenile me saying that. But it happened last year. You know, he broke 1,000 yards. They ran it again. He lost 3 yards, and then they never ran it again after that. Because it seemed like Freddie thought the other team was expecting us to run it or something like that. Which is, you know, like I said, it's kind of weird, but it almost seems like it's coming to fruition again. Should have kept Greg Williams. Wow, how many bets do you make, Eric? God damn, lost 3 bets, huh? That sucks. You've been having some ref troubles, too, there, King. Yeah, Nick Chubb is a great running back for the Browns, and I do agree with everybody that he needs to run the ball more. But you know, even Nick Chubb, God, I love Nick Chubb's interviews, man. His conference calls or whatever the fuck you call that. Just the look on his face. He just totally wants to have nothing to do with the media whatsoever. Just the look on his face and how he answers questions. You know, he's a good kid. He's not disrespectful or anything. But the way he just looks at everybody when they're being interviewed, he's one of my favorite interviews to watch. You know, he did say today that, you know, okay, so if we pass 4 times, you know, we're expected to get in there one of those 4 fucking times. You know, you call a play, we're talented enough to execute it. You know, whether you do or not is up to them ultimately. And that's where like I said, I kind of ride this Baker Kitchens fence where if Freddie calls a play, it's not, you know, he didn't just draw it in the fucking sand right before they did it, you know. I'm only here so I don't get fined. um, 4 passing plays, you know, I get it. I get everybody bitching about it, but I'm not like terribly concerned that Freddie's some kind of idiot. And I think a lot of fans and a lot of media are kind of bordering on this. Is Freddie Kitchens worse than Hugh Jackson? And I get it. The talent that we have, in my opinion, and I'll say it again, we should be 3-0. And I'm not just saying that because I said 12-4, because I still haven't changed that, and I mean that. And I'm not going to really even be concerned until we lose Game 5 about that, because I do think, especially everything that's going on with the Browns, that this is an opportunity for greatness. And I don't think there are too many teams that are assembled as good as we are, despite our numbers, that I'm more comfortable saying that with. And unfortunately, I didn't have a channel at the time, but I was one of the ones when we were down 3-1, you know, against Golden State, that was like, you know, so what if nobody's ever done it before, you know? you do it. It's an opportunity for greatness right here. Everybody, you hit that analytical line, whether it's a record that's never been broken, you name it. Yeah, I know, Eric. I was thinking, Eric. We play you guys twice this year, obviously, every year. I think one of those days I might do what I said before, where I'm going to take the Sexy Six and I'm going to grab 6 different Latino beers and I'm going to try all fucking 6 of them. And I'm going to I'm going to set them all up just like this. Maybe for one of those games, I'll do that. And I'll try to find that, I'll try to find that Victoria by then and make that be one of them. And it'll be kind of a little cheers to you for being a Steelers fan and me being a Browns fan. So, how you doing, Scottzilla? Good to see you, buddy. Well, not see you, but hear from you. But yeah, I'm not too terribly good. The refs scare me at home. And I talked about that before you guys got here. I can't help but think that there's a clear message that you can come into our house and do whatever the fuck you want, and those fucking refs are not going to call you for shit. That's the feeling I have when I'm watching a fucking home game. And why would you feel that? You got Bottlegate and all that shit. And sure, Bottlegate was terrible, but the fucking call was terrible. Did you ever watch the Bottlegate shit on fucking YouTube and experience what we went through at that time? I mean, the refs were so fucking bad. The fans threw fucking bottles at them. And it's almost like they're taunting another Bottlegate. Like fucking try it again. It's like the fans can't do nothing. The fans can't do that kind of shit anymore. Freddie can file a complaint. He can write whatever fucking letters to the NFL that he wants, and there isn't going to be fucking anything done about it. I mean, Hugh did it. He had to do it all, for fucking 2 years straight, for God's sakes. I hate to say it, man. It's got to be a longest yard deal. Put a ball on one of them fucking clowns. And like I said, I don't want refs hurt. I don't. I mean, a near miss or something, whiz one of them fucking Baker Mayfield balls right fucking past their head or something. It's like, it's worth a failed play, Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Eric. I might have to import that or something or order it. I'll have to do a little bit of research and try to get a good compilation of Latino beers and definitely make one of those one of them. And I thought that might be a good idea to do that. Even though you might be streaming at the same time, just a little Erica Steele, cheers to you, brother. Yeah, I think that's actually probably a pretty good idea, Oh, are those are made in Mexico? Is that correct, Eric? Oh, you don't stream during games? Well, cool. Hopefully, you'll join us that day and talk some shit. Hi, Rudy Ponytail. Oh, the Rudy's ponytail. That's just fucking brilliant. It really reminds me of my brother's game tag. You know how you got those, if you got Xbox or PS, whatever, you get those gamer tags and avatars. Well, my brother's gamer tag was Tumblers Rage. And it's funny in so many different ways, not just because Stumbler gets angry and swears at the Browns and all that shit. It's like my brother was some kind of byproduct of Stumbler's anger or something like that. So it was like ridiculously funny the first time I actually saw that, and that's what the Rudy's ponytail reminds me of. It just sounds, it's got that gay touch to it. Makes me want to fucking laugh. Gay touch. But anyway, we had King in here. We got Erica Steele in here. I don't. Does anybody know any Cincinnati fans? I mean, I don't think I've. You know what? Actually, I do remember streaming. We did get quite a few Cincinnati fans when we were streaming, and they were pretty cool. And they weren't being jerks or weren't trolling too much, which doesn't bother me anyway. But Dashy is. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember Dashy. Dashy seems pretty cool, Uh, but yeah, I'm still optimistic about this year, and I haven't changed much. I mean, I've been a lot more pissed off than I thought I was going to be. We ran Bengal fans off. I'm a lot more pissed off than like I said, I thought I was going to be. I thought it would have went a little bit smoother. I thought the train camp. I liked everything I was hearing out of it, and that isn't always the case. Oh, Dashy, was that in Marsh's? I might have went to bed, or was it because I got damn it. I think I just went to bed and ate camel toes got on, and I saw the next morning that he had started streaming. Once it hits like midnight, I guess it's school night, man. I gotta start thinking about fucking bed, But Dashy's a Cincinnati fan, huh? Well, interesting. But yeah, it's going to be. I mean, we still got to pay all of you guys yet, man. We got 6 games with you guys. It's just going to be great. It's going to be a cool season, like it or not. With the Mason change, with Mason in there, with Lamar doing as well as he is. I mean, shit, man, the dude's he's 8-3 or something like that as a starter. That's impressive, That's threatening. But I gotta be honest with you guys, man. I'm just not. I'm not feeling it with the Ravens either. That they're better than us. I don't feel it. Oh, all right. Oh, you go. That's going to be your second game this year, isn't it, Eric? You already went to a game, didn't you? God, I love beer. How many games you go to a year? Yeah, but I'm not at the same rate. I was never a Lamar. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I actually think I watched it. Yeah, you were. I saw you coming through the turnbuckle with a couple of Patriots fans you had on your stream there, which was pretty cool. That you let them flap their big ass lips on your channel. Yeah, yeah, that's rough. So now I was hearing a lot of criticism about Mason Rudolph today from Pittsburgh guys, and I'm not saying this to be a jerk. Oh, he just walked up. I thought that was planned. Okay, he just walked up then, huh? But like 92.3 does what's going on around the conference, and they got a dude from the Ravens that'll chime in. They got a dude from Cincinnati that'll chime in, and they got a dude from Pittsburgh and he'll chime in. And the Pittsburgh dude, man, he does not like fucking Mason Rudolph at all, man. I was a little bit shocked. He said some stuff like he's just a backup quarterback, and several things he went off on. But I I'm pretty sure Ben wasn't really doing too well this year either. Am I wrong? Uh, I mean, I'm pretty sure Ben doesn't have any numbers either. I mean, that was true. Ben started slow also. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, not that all of us are available for criticism. I get that. Um, Especially with was there 4 or 5 turnovers in that game? Right? And I think the dude just got in there, man. He probably just had his first full week with the first string. I mean, that's true, right? He finished up that game, and then right. I thought Ben was struggling. So, and this dude was definitely a pro Ben guy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Ben's fucking Ben Roethlisberger. How would you not be a pro Ben guy? But how hard he came down on Mason Rudolph, like he's. I think backup quarterback is enough. I mean, he said some other things, but that when I heard that, I was just like, what makes you think he's just a backup quarterback? Because he didn't beat fucking Janine Garofalo, for God's sakes. You know. I do get you turn it over 4 or 5 times. You need to win the game. I get it. But Mason has done some good stuff. I saw his highlights. He's not some fucking clown. And just like every other quarterback, I seen him do some bad stuff too. I've seen him hold on to the ball too long. Ben's never done that, right? Ben's never fucking held on to the ball too long. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, and I'm really looking forward to playing him this year. I really am. I think that's going to be cool. Him and Baker going at it. God damn, I need another beer. Son of a bitch. Boy, are those going fast. You know what? Let me piss and grab a quick smoke while I'm at it, boys. Yeah, give me about a minute, fellas. I'm gonna grab a quick smoke. I think Mosh is on right now, isn't he? Ew, that's better. Now I can breathe. Oh. So how you guys do? What? I'm glitchy, man. Motherfucker. God, that pisses me off. That pisses me right the fuck off. That come in clear? You know what? There's some truth to that. Yeah, I'm fucking glitchy. That does happen. You know? I've had times where, I come home from work and I want to take a nap because I'm tired, and I'll have a beer and I'm like, hey, this is great. This is great. Like Young Gun. And I'll like wake up and then I want to have another one. And then I want to have another one. And then I want to have another one. And, yeah, it is weird. You know what? Alcohol doesn't make me, I was never a depressed drunk. It's always kind of, until the end, the last call, and not depressed. I think I'm just depressed that, oh shit, I gotta, go to bed, or I gotta throw up, or, I haven't thrown up time, but since I was a child, but, oh no, I take that back. My son's graduation party, I threw up at. That was a little embarrassing. I must tell you. I had to be, I had to be put down, as they say. Yeah, you're right, Scott. That's a very good way to put it. It's a physical depressant. But how did that? I remember, when you're throwing a party, when you're doing something, when you're throwing a party for other people, and this isn't a complaint. That's funny, Steele. Oh, that's a good one. What was I saying? Oh, beer. Beer's good. Yeah, I that's true, Scott. True. It's the grad party. When you're throwing a party for somebody, and you're going through all the bullshit, and you're getting everything set up, and you're trying to make sure that everybody's happy. And trying to make sure you're gonna eat and stuff like that, because you're gonna be drinking. So I was doing the kind of non-drink thing. Nothing serious, making sure everything's procured, but then it got to just the adults, and my son and maybe a friend or two of his, and boy, we were having a good time, like really quick. And it was one of those, everything was very entertaining. We were having a really great time. I seemed pretty focused, and then I stood up. It was one of those stand-up things where I was just like, oh, whoa, uh-oh. Like, what's that chick that passed out on TV, that fake bullshit? I did one of those jobs. And very quickly, I didn't realize how quickly I was drinking, and how in such a short period of time, because that, what do you call it? That sense of responsibility had released. I was able to exhale, and didn't realize how quickly I was drinking. And it'd probably been a little while since I ate too. That didn't really help too much, but thanks to a few big fellas, I made it into bed, and I was able to throw up on my pillow. So that was really nice. But from what I understand, it was very entertaining, because it was rehashed to me the next day. They thought it was really entertaining. So, I only do one show a night, baby, and that's it. And that was the end of my show. But they were very pleased with some of my rants before I actually went down. So One for the boys, man. One for the boys. It was one of them jobs. So that's good news. So that was my last throw up. It was a long time before that, though. I mean, it was, I can't remember before then. It was a very long time. But I think the whole responsibility thing, which, I embrace, try to think myself as a relatively responsible human being. I think that it was kind of a ladder thing. It just kept going up the ladder. I've heard that. Yeah. I don't know about twice. Oh, Scott Zill, really? Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Yeah, puking's not good. I know it seems good after you do it. You're like relieved. Oh, that whatever time you take between you're going to have to throw up and you throw up, that's like the worst period in life right there. Oh, that's another good one right there. Oh yeah, that's funny. Puke when you don't drink. Mm, that is a good one. That is a good one. Uh, yeah, and I don't pass out either. I don't know about you guys. I choose to go to sleep. I don't pass out here, doing a live stream. Well, maybe I did. No, I chose to lay down. So I never pass out either. Never. I always choose. It's a logical choice. So I never eat. Oh yeah, liquid. Hence the term liquid lunch, right? Oh, that is good. That is very good. Yeah, been liking beer a lot lately. Since I've been doing this channel, um, the Killians. It's funny trying all these different beers. The Killians is starting to wane a little bit on me, which it's a favorite go to because it's so cheap, and compared to others, and I feel like I'm drinking somewhat of a craft beer. Wow, frog legs and taters. Is that together or is that separate or those frog legs? Are they like chicken wings without breading or something? What do they taste like, Steele? Because I've heard that all my life. I've never had frog legs. Something about the science in school or something like that just kind of turned me off to them. But oh, you bred them. You bred them like a chicken wing or something. Wow, I guess that's not so bad because I guess they kind of look like them. That elbow. If you get the chicken wings when they're not separated with the drum and the wing on the same. Still he roadkill. Hey, some of his videos he did, didn't he? Oh, that's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, that is one thing that I haven't done this football season is eat enough wings, man. And I dig having the wings. It's just a nice hallmark food to go to. Oh, so you haven't had them, Scott? They actually look pretty meaty, but it does look like kind of like a deer. Like the frog's got some muscle to its legs. I have to do pathetic trivia game soon. He went live, but will make him wait for me. Who's pathetic trivia? Do I? Oh, wait a minute. I did hear of that. I did hear something about that in a different stream. Who is that? Should we all go to that? Where are you going, Scott? Well, I'll go there. Have a beer. I got a good 40 minutes before bedtime here. I know that sounds familiar to me. Just like Robert Livingston sounded familiar to me. Yeah, let's go do that, man. I'm done ranting about the fucking Browns and shit. I'm still having a beer. Like I said, I'll be up another 40 minutes. So if we stamped on over to somebody else's shit, that's fine with me, man. I got like a fucking runny nose. It's like 80 degrees out. How the hell does that happen? Okay, guys. Well, we're going to do that. We're going to go over to pathetic trivia. Okay, here is link. Which means he's in the process of doing it. We're all waiting. I suck my toes too. Well, I do appreciate you guys coming in and spending some time with me. We kept it under an hour, which is kind of cool, actually, because I was a little exhausted. You started talking about my own dumb shit, and All right, guys. Well, I'm going to click on over, and yeah, you guys be safe. God bless you. Till next time. Hopefully, we'll see you Sunday. I'm going to click on over with Scott Zillazzi and see what the hell's up here. So, God bless you, man. Good night. Changes you made may not be saved. Okay.